what's up you guys, welcome to the Mango Grove. Today's altcoin of the day is Kaspa. And why Kaspa? Because it is currently going against the trend. In a sea of red, Kaspa is actually trending up. It is currently up 8.4% for the day according to Crypto Bubbles. And in fact, if we get on over to the chart, you can see that Kaspa currently is very close to the all-time high. But now question is, can Kaspa defy the trend entirely and actually go on to put in brand new all-time highs, or can we first expect a pullback before we then see continuation? Because it's on the pullbacks that you can actually find some amazing trade opportunities easy for you to manage. To get a good grip on whether KAS sees continuation or does KAS see a pullback, get into the Mango dashboard. You'll find this on app.mangoresearch.co. One of our key objective indicators here at Mango. As soon as you filter out Kaspa from the list, you'll notice that, okay, 4 hour to the weekly time frame, bullish signals across the board, and the bulls are seeing continuation for the most part. However, it's still telling us that this might actually be a good point to be looking for a pullback, and that is primarily owing to the volatility right here. Volatility at 94, 89, telling us, okay, volatility is expanded. If there's any point where the bulls might be getting exhausted, it might be now. All right, this is a good juncture to be looking for a pullback opportunity. Although my current read on this is that while we do get a pullback, I'll be looking at a minor or an intermediate pullback, especially owing to the potential bullish divergence that we're seeing here on the 2-day time frame. And also, guys, we want to gun for a pullback right here. This is a good time to be, well, taking advantage of the fear that we're seeing on the markets right now. In fact, fear and greed index right here is currently hovering at fear. Now, while indicators are awesome, you never use them in isolation. You also want to see if your price action is telling you that, hey, this might be a good time to be looking for a pullback opportunity. And if you look at Kaspa on the weekly time frame, you can see that Kaspa currently is up against resistance zone from around 17 cents going all the way up to 19 cents, all right, from one wick to the other, and this is your zone. Now, one thing about higher time frame levels, whether it be support or resistance, you'll often find that they're also very significant on your lower time frames. Take, for instance, this weekly zone of resistance. If I take you on over to the daily time frame, you'll see that this has also been a critical region of resistance on the daily time frame as well. Every time Kaspa's broken this to the downside, we've seen continuation to the downside. Once right here, once right here. This was an even deeper pullback, a good 40% on the zone alone, and you can see even on this instance right here, we broke this pullback to the downside. So once again, guys, if Kaspa starts breaking this level to the downside, once again, take note of the number annotated on my screen, comes in around 17 cents. We start closing underneath this, that's when I'll be looking for another pullback on Kaspa. Where to from there? Well, let's turn on the Mango Lifeline indicator and get those bid opportunities. As you can see, the Lifeline indicator gives us targets to the upside, also in confluence with our zone of resistance, plus buy opportunities and the invalidation, just so you know when you're wrong on the trade in case it goes against you. Remember, trading is a game of probabilities, not certainties. Invalidations are important. So it's telling us, okay, the next two buy opportunities are 0.1586 going all the way down to 0.152. I quite like 0.152 because if I smack a line on there, you'll see that this on the daily time frame was the breakout point right here. And even throughout this entire zone, Kaspa was holding it as overhead resistance. So this is going to be a critical point, and that's why 0.152 I believe will be the best bid opportunity on KAS if we start breaking back down below that blue line. But now let's consider the flip side. With the Kaspa bulls step in, they're like, no, we demand more Kaspa, which will then drive prices even higher. Once again, to get a good grip on that, get into the daily time frame. What you want to see here, guys, is multiple closes above the zone, all right, with then a move to the upside, getting up to the top of the range. And you need to understand, guys, this range is not an ordinary range from where price is at right now to the top of the range alone, and this is just the zone of resistance. We're looking at a good 8% on the zone alone. But that being said, for this to remain bullish, you do not want to see any closes underneath that blue line, okay, the bottom blue line, no closes. For prices to head much higher, you want to then look for Kaspa to start breaking the top of that resistance zone coming in at 19 cents. That is going to be the primary breakout for Kaspa, because at that point, it would essentially be putting in an all-time high. You can see that the two other local highs that it put in came in at 19 cents and it stopped there. Those were the highest points on Kaspa's chart. So taking out those points is going to be an immense bullish turn of events on Kaspa's chart. I want to see weekly candle closes over 19 cents. A close over 19 cents would give me the tilt in that, all right, the bulls have taken control. We have now seen an official breakout of what looks to be a bull flag pattern, which has been forming since June of last year. And notice that the breakout from the bullish pattern would also line up with the breakout of the resistance zone as well. So there's a lot of confluencing factors, at which point, if we do get that, we can look for the next target only coming in at around 22 cents, which on the weekly time frame looks very minuscule on my chart, but I assure you that's a good 30% from where prices are at right now. So now this is the current breakdown on Kaspa. I say get greedy on that bid for as long as there's fear on the streets. Now this is all the juice I have on Kaspa. If you guys enjoyed this nice, short, sweet update, let me know by hitting the likes down below, because I'll be releasing more KAS updates just like this one, as well as various other altcoins. If there are any other altcoins you want me to cover in this style, also let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to put one out. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.